What I do want to add, especially with this disease area, is that there are very little options for patients out there. We're talking about a disease area where I would say, luckily, there's only 1 in 50,000 people who are touched by it, but still, for those people that do have that diagnosis, there's a dire need for a solution, and so it's great to be able to support such a program.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Ixeko CEO Bram Gurdon. Bram, very good to speak with you again. Could you tell us more about the 2 new clinical trial contracts Ixeko secured and why they're so significant for the company?
Yeah, no, glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Stephen. They are actually 2 very exciting deals for very different reasons, I would say, and both very core, I would say, also to what we do as a company. So the first one is actually a phase 1 trial in Alzheimer's disease for a big pharma company. It's an international trial. And obviously, we've been saying since a while now that we want to go deeper into Alzheimer's disease. And so I think this is another testament to that happening as we speak. It's a phase 1 trial, so obviously that means there's some work and some way to go still for the client whom we're working with. But obviously that helps our company then also to go further, hopefully into phase 2 and beyond, as results will be read out. And the second one is equally exciting because this is in a disease which quite a few people might not have heard of, maybe, Friedreich's ataxia. It's a rare neurodegenerative disease, which is obviously very much core to what we do as a company and where we are a leader. This is a phase 1b trial, which means that there will also be quite a few efficacy endpoints already, in addition to some of the tolerability and safety readouts. And again, this is, I think, a very important program. It's with the US biotech, and it will be a collaboration that will definitely also take us into a collaboration for the next 5 to 6 years.
Going back to the first deal, how does the phase 1 Alzheimer's trial strengthen Ixeko's position in this core therapeutic area?
Well, as we've been discussing before, obviously there's quite a few Alzheimer's disease programs, but it is still, of course, important for us to win them compared to the competition, I would say. This is with a big pharma player, which means that there has been trust placed in the platform that we have, in the technology, and also the team that we bring. And as we start in phase 1, as I mentioned before, obviously, we're hoping together with the sponsor that there will be tolerability and safety readouts, which will then help us shepherd this product, hopefully one day to approval into the market and bring it to the patient.
The Friedreich's ataxia trial runs for 6 years. What role is Ixeko playing here, and how does it support your focus on rare CNS diseases?
So what we're specifically doing is obviously the imaging part. So we will be doing quite sophisticated MRI reads, DTI reads as well. So it will really bring sort of the whole capability set, I would say, of our company to bear. And so we're going to help at the one hand the sponsor to make sure that they can read out some of the safety endpoints. And then, as I mentioned, some of the initial efficacy endpoint, which is very important because it will basically be decisive then whether this asset makes it further into the pipeline. What I do want to add, especially with this disease area, is that there are very little options for patients out there. We're talking about a disease area where I would say, luckily, there's only 1 in 50,000 people who are touched by it, but still, for those people that do have that diagnosis, there's a dire need for a solution, and so it's great to be able to support such a program.
Bram, you've mentioned the Innovate Lead Scale strategy. How do these contract wins reflect your progress on that roadmap?
Very directly, I would say Innovate, as you may remember, is very much about bringing capabilities on platform to make that difference. And I think in both indications where we had the wins, I would say it was also thanks to us showing that roadmap and also those capabilities which we present today. The lead part is about being part of the conversation, being where it is needed. We're part of the Global Alzheimer's Platform, as you may remember, and we announced that with Friedreich's ataxia. We're very much part of that ecosystem, so we're a known player. And then, of course, scale is about making sure that we are present where needed. And again, I think we convinced 2 big players that Ixeko indeed delivers on that.
Well, I hope you'll continue to keep us updated with your progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
You're very welcome, and thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Bram Gurdon, CEO of Ixeko.